President's address moved by Sri Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi yesterday. I would like to place a few points on behalf of my party, All India Trinamool Congress, in addition to the points made by my distinguished colleague Mr. Derek O'Brien yesterday. पहले तो जनादेश के बारे में बहुत चर्चा हो चुकी है। किसी ने बोला कि जनादेश, सत्ता और पैसा ये तीनों बहुत कमबख्त चीज होते हैं। हम नहीं मानते हैं। हम नहीं मानते हैं कि जनादेश कमबख्त चीज होते हैं। हम जनादेश को सिर्फ मानते ही नहीं, हम इनको प्रणाम करते हैं, चाहे कहीं भी हो, किसी का पक्ष में हो। जनादेश हमारे लोकतंत्र की आधार है। एंड विल ऑफ द पीपल इज द सुप्रीम इन ए डेमोक्रेसी and all of us bow down before the will of the people. लेकिन जो जनादेश इस बार हमने देखा, वो गुजरात की अरब सागर से जो लहर उठा, वो लहर जब बंगाल की खाड़ी में गए तो बैक वाटर बन गए। बिंद हिमाचल, यमुना, गंगा, गुजरात और मराठा, हर जगह एक तरफ जनादेश दिखाएगा, लेकिन द्राविड़, उत्कल और बंग, यहां दूसरी तरफ के जनादेश हमने देखा। लेकिन दोनों ही जनादेश है और दोनों जनादेश को हमको मानने पड़ेगा, स्वीकार करने पड़ेगा। सर, नाउ आई शिफ्ट टू पैराग्राफ 7, 14 and 25 together of the President's address. हमने पिछले दिनों में गरीबी हटाओ, इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ, सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ बहुत सुना है। ये स्लोगन बन गए, क्योंकि हिंदुस्तान की अभी चित्र क्या है। जब हम पॉवर्टी एलिमिनेशन की बात कर रहे हैं आज राष्ट्रपति जी के अभिभाषण में, तो हमारे असलियत क्या है। आजादी के 67 साल बाद हिंदुस्तान कहां पे खड़े हैं। आई वुड लाइक टू रेफर यूएनडीपी's ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट पब्लिश्ड लास्ट ईयर। 53.7% Indian, 53.7% Indian live in multidimensional poverty, and another 16.4% are vulnerable to multidimensional poverty. And we share our position with Equatorial Guinea, a country name of which is hardly known to the people. आजादी का 67 साल बाद ये हमारे आर्थिक हालत है, आर्थिक स्थिति है। Sir, the press release of World Bank published on 10th of April this year, it says total numbers of world's poorest of the poor who cannot earn even $1.25 a day is 1.2 billion. That is the world's poorest of the poor. And 1/3 of them, that is 40 crores of world's poorest of the poor population, they live in India. That also constitutes 1/3 of our total population. ये हालत है हमारा। Sir, as per State of World's Mothers 2013 report, 309,300 children die in India on the very first day of their birth, and this is 29% of the world's first day child mortality rate, and India ranks top among all other countries in the world. आजादी के 67 साल बाद ये हमारी हालत है। This is we have achieved in the 67 years of independence. While this is the situation, on the other hand, if we go through the report published in today's Times of India, the Boston Consulting Report, it says India had 175,000 millionaire households in 2013, ranking 15th and is projected to become 7th wealthiest nation by 2018. Millionaire is, of course, in terms of $1 million. Such a huge economic inequality persists in our country, notwithstanding what has been stated in our preamble to the Constitution: justice, social, political, economy. We have forgotten everything. We have given a goodbye. It has been established beyond doubt that the major share of the benefits of the so-called economic reforms and liberalization policy has gone to the kitty of the richest people of this country and not to the poorest of the poor people of this country. This is the hard reality that we are confronted with. Sir, I think that the new government, they have a duty, they have a paramount duty to have a relook and revisit the so-called economic reforms and liberalization policy which has been pursued since 1991 for long 23, 24 years, and try to initiate steps, reforming the reforms. Reforming the reforms is the only step that requires now in the present economic situation of this country, which has been adopted by some of the Latin American countries. Sir, in Shakespeare's Midnight Summer's Dream, we have read the carnival of aristocrats. Shakespeare has described the carnival of aristocrats. Here we do not want to see the all-season carnival of the crony capitalists. I am sorry to say all these things because this is our experience and bad experience. We assure of our best cooperation to the new government for all upcoming poverty elimination program and all program if it is in public good. But whenever there is any attempt on the part of the new government to adopt any policy which is otherwise anti-people, we shall oppose it tooth and nail. This is the role of a responsible opposition, and we shall play the role of responsible opposition for all days to come. Sir, in para 9 of the President's speech, the urbanization, the new nomenclature we have seen, this is nothing but the so-called Gujarat model. Urbanization. According to national statistics of the United Nations, India's urban population forecast is 631 million, and it will account 41.8% of our total population by 2030. But what about the measures to be adopted in regard to pollution in the cities and towns? No whisper about it in the President's address. In 2012, India was the third largest polluter country in the world. What measures would be taken by this government? No mention about it. I would urge upon the government to come out with a definite plan and program on this issue. Sir, in paragraph 20 of the President's speech, the slogan of cooperative federalism has been raised. We salute cooperative federalism. My leader, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, is the champion for the cause of federalism in this country. As per Article 1 of the Constitution of India, India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. Therefore, it is a union of states, not a unitary state. We respect this article. This is an article of faith to us. Sir, in the recent past, we have seen the successive governments at the center. They have set up Sarkaria Commission, Punchi Commission on center-state relations, and no uncanny respect has been given to the recommendations of the Sarkaria Commission and the Punchi Commission, which submitted its report in the year 2010, We are in middle of 2014. It has been sent to the cold storage. No murmur about it. I would urge upon the new government to bring out the Poonchi Commission report from the cold storage, go through it, and try to implement the recommendation in letter and spirit. Sir, I would like to quote 2-3 lines from the commissions on center-state relations, that is, Sarkaria Commission and Poonchi Commission, reiterated by Poonchi Commission. Quote, when the emphasis on the social justice, there is no escape from realignment of resources in favor of the states, because services and the programs which are at the core of a more equitable social order come within the purview of the states under the Constitution, unquote. This is the recommendation of the Sarkaria and Poonchi Commission. Sir, this is the constitutional scheme which must be taken care of if you want to have this cooperative federalism. My question is, sir, in this context, whether is government thinking to eliminate the vintage Gadgil formula, whether this new government will adhere to the demands of the states for 50-50 sharing of the resources and revenues. Sir, my question is, as per Articles 268, 269, 270, 275, 280, 282 and 293, Finance Commission is the only constitutional authority to look into financial relations between center and the states. But what has happened? The Planning Commission, which was set up by an executive order, has come up, emerged as the most robust extra-constitutional center of authority over the years. We demand that the Finance Commission must have a permanent status. If necessary, appropriate legislation should be made in this regard. This is my humble suggestion to the new government. Said in para 23 of the President's speech, where black money has been talked about, there cannot be two opinions about it. But what about those big companies which have diverted 13,000 crores of rupees during past 3 years, violating external commercial borrowing scheme? What about the Indian entities what about the inquiries of the Income Tax Department? Ongoing Income Tax Department inquiry against 498 Indian entities operating from the tax havens like British Virginia Island, Fox Island, and Cayman Islands. Therefore, the entire net of the black money is to be unearthed, and it should be possessed by the government of India only, none else. Sir, in paragraph 35, the Honorable Prime Minister, in the paragraph 35 of the President's speech, it says about गंगा की प्रदूषण मुक्त करना है, अच्छा है, किसी को कोई आपत्ति नहीं होना चाहिए. हम पहले भी देखे हैं गंगा एक्शन प्लान, हजारों करोड़ रुपया गंगा नदी में बह गए, ठेकेदार लोग गंगा पूजा किया और सारे पैसा उन्होंने खा लिया गंगा एक्शन प्लान का. दोबारा ऐसा ना हो. हम चेतावनी देते हैं सरकार को कि पिछले दिनों में ऐसा हुआ है. अगर ये सफल होता है, हम कामना करते हैं कि सफल हो, अगर ये सफल होता है तो हम कलकत्ता से बनारस जाएंगे. हमारा स्टीमर सर्विस है, ये गाते गाते कि गंगा मैया तो है पियड़ी चढ़ाई वो, सैया से कर्जे मिलन हुआ. अच्छा है, हमें कोई हर्जा नहीं है सर, इसमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं. पैराग्राफ 26 में, पैराग्राफ 26 जीएसटी के बारे में बताया गया. जीएसटी तो लागू होना चाहिए, ठीक है, लेकिन जो सेंट्रल सेल टैक्स का जो कॉम्पेंसेशन का एरियर है राज्यों को नहीं मिला है, उसके बारे में एक लाइन भी नहीं है। आई वांट ए कॉन्क्रीट assurance from the government that the compensation towards central sales tax should be paid before implementing the GST in the country. सर, ये सरकार एफडीआई के बारे में राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण में बताया गया। जब वो विरोधी पक्ष में थे, प्रतिपक्ष थे, वो एफडीआई मल्टी ब्रांड रिटेल में विरोध किया, हमने भी विरोध किया, जम के विरोध किया। अभी सत्ता में आ गए, अभी भी एफडीआई बोल रहे हैं। हमने अखबार में देखा है कि डिफेंस प्रोडक्शन में भी एफडीआई लागू होगा। इसमें हमारा नेशनल सिक्योरिटी तो कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होगा। व्हाट अबाउट नेशनल सिक्योरिटी? व्हाट विल बी द रोल ऑफ द डीआरडीओ? Whether there will be any existence of DRDO? Because even the software will be manufactured by the foreign investors. It is reported in the newspapers. I don't know.
But
that should be clarified.
Your name is not given. Ask your party.
Sir, in paragraph
Tell your party.
28,
You ask.
इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर के बताया गया। हम चाहते हैं
Your party should give.
कि अमृतसर कलकत्ता इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर के बारे में जो सोच पिछले सरकार के थे, वो दोबारा दोहरा जाए। सरकार इसको ऐलान करे कि अमृतसर कलकत्ता इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर बनेगा। ये ऐलान सरकार की ओर से होना चाहिए। ये हमारे मांग है, क्योंकि ये सिर्फ बंगाल को नहीं बल्कि 7 राज्यों को मदद मिलेगा इससे। पंजाब, हरियाणा, उत्तर प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, बिहार, झारखंड और पश्चिम बंगाल। इसलिए मैं सरकार से अर्ज करूंगा कि ये अमृतसर कलकत्ता इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर को स्कीम जो है उसको एक्सपीडाइट करें। इन फाइन सर, आई वुड लाइक टू कोट द concluding sentence, sir. 2 lines. I am concluding.
Carry on, na dada.
No. I will not even take 2 minutes. Sir, in fine, I would like to quote the concluding sentences of the book titled Undercover Economist. This is authored by the internationally famous writer Tim Harford. It says the concluding lines, and I quote, "Faced with the risks of trial and error, should you and I try to experiment and adapt more than we do? What price would we pay in our quest to succeed?" Unquote. Hence, the new government must be very cautious in its quest to succeed. We wish all success, but the government must be very cautious in its quest to succeed, because the road is not rosy, as I have tried to emphasize on the situation. With these words, I conclude. Thank you, sir, once again.
Yes, thank you very much for adhering to time. Shastri Y.S. Chowdhury. He saved 1 minute, for which I give a special thanks.